Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP Round 2 loans are here, and we want to show you how to apply for the second round of PPP loans to get the help you need to keep your business open.
That's right. If you're a small business owner or self-employed or an independent contractor, you need to watch this PPP Round 2 update. We will explain how to apply for PPP Round 2 and discuss how much money you can get with a PPP loan. We'll cover the rules, requirements, calculation, and forgiveness so you can take action today. Let's dive into our video on PPP Round 2 Explained.
Now, Round 2 loans opened on January 11th and close on March 31st, but don't wait. If you qualify, you need to act now to get your money.
Before we dig into the details, we want to tell you right now how to apply for a PPP loan. The easiest thing to do is to contact your CPA or tax professional or your banker. That's what we did, and our CPA told us exactly how and when to apply.
Like many of you, our income took a hit in 2020. Back in May, we applied for a PPP loan through a small bank in our community, and it was a breeze. This time, we're going back to that same bank for a second PPP loan so that we can keep our business open.
Yep, we actually began the process through a nationwide bank, but quickly found out that the customer service was lacking and it took way too long to process the loan. When our CPA told us about a nearby community bank processing PPP loans, we reached out to them and it was a completely different experience. Our banker filled out the application for us and got the necessary figures from our CPA. We set an appointment to review and sign the application in person at the bank, and about 20 minutes later, we walked out. Shortly thereafter, the PPP loan funds were deposited into our account at the bank. It was an awesome experience, and that's why we recommend starting with a smaller bank or credit union in your city that is offering the loans.
Yep, if you don't have a CPA or a banker though, don't worry. Find a credit union or bank in your area that is offering them and give them a call. The application is not terribly difficult to fill out, and it's really worth it for you to apply because that money can help you pay your people or yourself if you're an independent contractor and keep the lights on and put food on the table during this ongoing pandemic.
That's exactly right, Nicole. So with that, let's dive into the PPP Round 2 rules and requirements. The first thing to know about the Paycheck Protection Program Round 2 requirements is that they are designed to get much needed money to very specific people, small businesses and self-employed individuals. Large companies with access to hordes of money from other sources qualified for $1 million loans last time, which took away money from the people who really needed it. The mom and pop shops, barber shops, local restaurants, and so many other small businesses struggling to survive, which have been so badly hit by the pandemic, were left without aid. Not this time. Now, PPP Round 2 applications prioritize small businesses, including those owned by women and minorities, as well as small businesses in economic disaster recovery areas. This change in focus is clear in the PPP Round 2 requirements.
To qualify, you must have a small business with no more than 300 employees. You must also have earned at least 25% less income or revenue in at least 1 quarter of 2020 when compared to 2019, or 25% income or revenue overall in 2020 when compared to 2019. For example, if you earned or generated $150,000 of revenue in 2019, but only $100,000 in 2020, you would qualify. This requirement does not apply to first-time PPP borrowers. So if this will be your first PPP loan, you just have to meet the employee count requirement and you have to spend the loan on eligible expenses. So let's cover that quickly. What can you spend your PPP loan money on?
That's a very important question, Nicole. PPP loans are primarily intended to pay salary for employees. If you are approved, 60% of the money you receive must go to salary. The other 40% can cover eligible expenses that include rent or mortgage, PPE equipment, and testing for employees, software, and other business expenses, as well as some other items.
Speaking of expenses, let's talk about another question many people have right now. How much PPP money can I get? Well, the amount of money you get depends on your average monthly payroll if you are a small business, or your income if you are self-employed, and the total amount you can get is capped at $2 million. On the application, you can calculate your loan amount by taking your 2019 total payroll, divide it by 12, and multiply it by 2.5. If you are in the food service or hospitality industry and you qualify for NAICS code 72, you can multiply that number by 3.5 to get your PPP round 2 loan amount. If you are self-employed, take your yearly earnings and divide it by 12 and multiply it by 2.5 or 3.5. The extra multiplier is a nice change to see in the PPP round 2 calculation because it shows the government is really trying to get this money to the people who need it most.
Yeah, it really is, Nicole. No update would be complete without talking about PPP round 2 forgiveness, so let's cover that. Terms and conditions are the same as for the first round of loans. The loan guarantee is 100%, meaning that if you use it the way you are supposed to, it is guaranteed to be forgiven. No collateral is required to secure the loan. All loans are processed by lenders who will rely on borrower certification to determine eligibility, which means no outside party has to verify your application. And if for some reason you get a loan and don't use at least 60% of it on payroll expenses, it will carry a 1% interest rate that will need to be paid over a 5-year period.
That's a relief to hear, John. There are a few rules around documentation though, so let's cover those quickly. All first-time borrowers will have to submit documentation substantiating payroll cost calculations. Second-time borrowers can avoid this requirement if they used 2019 figures on their first loan, are using 2019 figures on their second loan, and are going back to the same lender who gave them the first loan. If this seems burdensome or overwhelming, just take a deep breath and call your banker.
Yeah, please don't let it stop you from getting a loan that can help you make ends meet right now for your businesses and employees. A good banker will walk you through it and get you the money you need, assuming you qualify. While you can apply until March 31st, we don't recommend waiting that long. While $284 billion is available and sounds like a lot of money, it will go fast. You don't want to wait too late and get shut out, so please apply as soon as you can. In the meantime, while you are waiting to be approved, don't wait to make money now. Look for ways you can make money on the side. Our video on ways to make money from home during COVID can help you get started, so watch that now.
That's such a good reminder, John. Now let us know how the application process is going for you. Tell us what's working and what's not in the comments below. Until next time, be well. If you like this video, hit that red subscribe button so you can be notified of all our new content, and we will see you in our next video.